and then you look at the workload, right? Reassign the workload, or you have to assign new workload. Okay, then as I said, you may want to employ people, right? Either this stage or later stage is fine, right? Or you may even have to settle the problem, right? Maybe some of them are not happy, they want to ask for increment, so you have to check whether you want to give them increment, how much increment. So this is the second part is the people. The first part is promotion. Second part is the people, right? The organization and the workload, the job design and the allocation of staff. That's the second part. The third part is to bid, right? Is to bid for the job. Okay, bid for the third one is bid for the new project. So you don't bid yet, right? So you must settle the first two type of entry first. Right? First, you settle your marketing promotion. Okay, then after that, you settle your people, right? Their workload and all this. Then finally, then you go in and bid. Okay, but of course, this is just a recommended method, right? It doesn't matter if you want to change your method. You want to bid first, not say cannot lah. Although it's not that preferred, you should look at your people first before you bid, because you must know whether your people is overloaded or not. Because if your people is overloaded, then you may not want to bid so aggressively. Although you think that you want a lot of jobs, but you may just want to get enough job to sustain. Right? Because sometimes you may think that when you suddenly have too many jobs, your people cannot cope, right? Or if you are ambitious, you may say, okay, if I get new job, then I just hire new people. Okay, okay. All right. So let us start with the promotion focus. Okay. Can everybody turn on and go to the promotion focus? All right. Try it out, hands-on. You know. So everybody here already? Are you here? Are you here? Okay. Everybody is here, right? So let us go to the, let's say you want to go into housing, all right? For example, housing project, right? Private housing, right? Wanhua, your group, right? Housing. So you ship the thing. I think you probably have done this. Right? Ship to either 4 or 5, all right? And then the other area you want to go into, maybe shop and healthcare. If this is also your area, all right? Healthcare maybe is another area you want to go to either 5 or 4. All right. Leisure, shopping, hospital maybe is another one. Okay. Of course, you have to come up with your reason why you want to go into this area. Okay? You have already done your research in your strategy plan. Okay. Then the other maybe you just leave it normal. Okay. So of course, is it good that you put everything to 5? Why is it not good? Is it good that you put everything to 5? Yeah, you don't have enough manpower. You put everything to 5 is as good as you put everything remain at 3. There's no difference, right? So you have to give a few priority. So okay. So which one priority? Of course, try to follow your strategic plan. Okay, at least within the first 1 to 2 runs. So this one is okay. So now look at the project size. Okay, how about the project size? Okay, let me ask Wanhua, your group, do you have a preference? What kind of size you want to go into? Five to 10, is it? 10 to 15, right? So okay, so you increase, right? So the others, maybe you actually not interested, so you don't have to go and 25 to 40, you're not interested. 40, you're not interested. Even 15 to 25, maybe you're not too interested, right? So you lower the two, right? Lower. But you're very interested in 5 to 10, and 10 to 15, right? So you increase this. So this is your. So let's do that, right? So now project size already settled. Project type, all right? So project type we already settled, no problem. Location, right? So you have to settle the location. Do you want to concentrate in Sunshine or Melbourne? All right. So in this case, I think I want to, but all up to you, right? Just go and try by yourself. You have to look at the map, see where is nearby. Of course, it will be safer to do area that is nearby Sunshine, right? Not too far away, okay? Because just starting, but slowly you can expand. Okay, technology. Okay, so technology. Do you have anything prefer? Okay, in this case, I don't have any preference because I try to get design build, for example, right? So I'm a bit ambitious. I say I try to get design build. When I get, then I will hire the architect. Okay, so okay, right? So you put okay, right? So this is settled. Then you go to the organization, review organization structure. So here, all right, this is where you change. All right. So can you tell me how to change your group? You want to hire new people, is it? Or you want to change? Let's swap first. You want to put who to where? What you want to change? Who do you want to change? Maybe come to the front here. Come to the front here. Try. Let's do it together. Okay. So which one you want to change? Let's try. You want to move Gary to okay, try it. Okay, move that. Yes. Oh, but below. Yeah, okay. So you actually move Gary to here. Right. Okay. So if there are problems, you have to look at the salary review, see whether you have to review them or not. Okay. Of course, you can check whether go for training and all this, right? Okay, so let's say you adjust this Gary to here, right? So that you want it to be more balanced, right? Okay. So you may want to hire somebody like account manager. Let's look at the account manager. Is there account manager there? Accountant, right? So accountant. You want junior accountant or middle accountant? Okay, let's say get a middle accountant, right? Review candidate. So there are some candidate here. If you want to employ, you employ them, right? Hire them, etc. Okay. So this is how you do it. All right. So this is the organization structure. Then you have to look at this one. Look at the work assignment. Okay. So let's look at the work assignment. Let's say you look at the managing director. Okay. There is a health and safety strategy. Alright, so maybe you want to take up this from the managing director. Okay, managing director, he should not be spending time on a lot of technical things, right? He should be spending time more on the negotiation with client, marketing. You should spend more time here, marketing, and less time here. Strategy, yes. This is still strategy. They are all strategy. Let me see. Administration. Maybe strategy is still okay. But organization strategy is okay. And in procurement strategy, detail or finalized objectives. Let me see. Strategy. Even strategy, he may not be the one who is doing the strategy. He may assign it to his someone else. Or debtor control. Maybe it's better to give it to the finance manager. Okay? Alright. So this one, if you are a finance manager, you let the debtor control go to the finance manager. But in my case, I want this debtor control to go to the estimator. Okay? I want it to go to the estimator. debtor control, I want this debtor control to go to the right. We have to reassign this debtor control. So I have transferred the debtor control to my, can you see? I have transferred the debtor control function from the managing director to the estimator. Of course, you don't have to follow my method. I just demonstrate to you because I think that the managing director already overworked. He should not be chasing after money. Someone else should help him to chase after money. He should be chasing after new prospective client, right? Okay, so this type of job, call up people to chase for money, should be given to another person. So I think that this debtor control should be given to the estimator. So I transfer the debtor control to the estimator already. Okay, so this is what I try to do. So I leave it to you. So the first first simulation, there's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of things to do. Then subsequently, hopefully, there will be minor adjustment only. There's not a lot of things to do. In my case, I haven't got accountant yet. All right. So the others, so you have to adjust accordingly. Okay. So this one is okay. So now next one, you have to look at the allocation of the staff, and then you have to adjust the workload. All right. So in this case, workload, right? I have already assigned the workload. I think for you, when you open, there will be some question mark. So you have to assign people to do the work. Okay. So my case seems to be all right, but I still got people like estimator, not enough work. So actually, I can give estimator even more work, right? Not enough work to do. Whereas the rest of the people, all right, except Arthur. So I have a question mark here. So I have to settle this question mark because there is a project number 67 that I need to assign somebody, all right, to do the work. So perhaps I assign Arthur, right? For example, if I assign Arthur here, then Arthur will be 127. So there is some kind of problem here, but let's look at Arthur's performance later, right? And then see whether he can cope or not temporarily. Of course, if I can change, even better, right? Contract admin, I have to assign them more work, right? So should be all right because they are all not fully loaded. So Luffy, I can ask them to do this, right? Luffy, I can assign the work here, and Alfred, still fine. Okay. What else? So except this Arthur is overloaded, so I have to think about way how to distribute work. Project manager, site manager, site manager, right? Who can take me more? Okay, you also need to go to the work forecast to look at the subsequent workload, right? Maybe Tony probably have do not have much work, right? After the next quarter, right? So because now 15.1, I mean 2015 first quarter, so this is the first quarter, so the second quarter Tony will have work, but third quarter Tony don't have work unless we get new job, right? Tony and Gary. Okay, so we can actually try to load Tony a bit more, right? If you can, but looks like a bit difficult, right? Unless we put 2 person to run the job, such as you put Tony together with this person, right? So you will have a case like Tony is overworked now. So let us try to arrange it so that it is a bit better. Huh? Okay. 3. So it looks like there will be some overloading here. Let's see whether this Arthur can cope. The others are okay. Because work intensity. Okay, work intensity is required if you find that some of the job is actually delayed. Alright, you have to look at the current quarter, see whether you've got any job delay. If a job delay, you have to increase intensity. So of course, when you increase intensity, then your people will be overloaded. But if you have people like this guy, which is Michael, which is 36%, there's no problem. You can always increase his intensity because he has a lot of spare capacity. Alright, so Tony probably still can increase his intensity because he's still 25. But certainly Arthur cannot increase his intensity. Right? So you have to work a normal hour. In fact, working normal hour is already overstretched. Right? Okay, so this is look at it. Right? So once you have already signed every work, then you have to go and bid for the project. Okay, so you have to bid for the project. This is how you bid for the project. Here, bid for new project. So the new project is already here. So you will have to decide what is the markup or whether you want to bid or don't want to bid. Alright, for example, project 2, now there's an opportunity in Melbourne. You like to be in Melbourne, right? This is your area. For example, your strategy can say that you want to concentrate in Melbourne and Sunshine. So you want to bid. So you bid. Right, then you have to decide what markup you go. Alright, so whether you want to bid aggressively or normal. Okay, so let's say you generally bid, you will bid to play safe, you should bid above 9.04%, right? Because there's a cost in escalation. So you may want to bid 9.04 plus 1.69 above, right? And above. So in other words, you will have about, you must bid above 11%, for example. Okay? So let's say you bid 11%. For example, you want it badly, so it is 11%. For example, right? So contractor loading, all these you want to increase the contractor loading, perhaps because you think that your people is overloaded, so you want to change it to 75. Okay, so I want to review. Let me see the such thing review. 2%. Right. Loading is 1. You change the loading if you find that you have a cash flow problem. You want the cash to come a bit earlier. Of course, there is a risk that if you put too much front loading, you may not get jobs. Okay, so it depends on how aggressive you want to bid. So if you want the job very much, so then you may not want to put 1%. May not want to front load your thing. You just leave it as 1. But if you find that you're okay, all right, you don't mind front loading, take a bit of risk, then fine. Then you will increase front loading. Front loading to either 1.5 or 2. Alright, so leave it to do. Okay, so just say okay. So let us try again. The next project. Right, go to the next one. The next job again, right? So you try the nursing home. You may like to get 5 million. Is it okay with you? Alright. This place, are you alright? So let's say you want to be. Alright, you find that you because it's too far away, so maybe you just try. Okay. Maybe you try 8%, you try, or 9%. Okay. Subcontracting, maybe you make it more, 75 because you're quite far away. So let's say maybe 85. Loading, maybe you just try. Loading 1.5 for example. So you continue to bid, alright? So let's say you continue to bid. Another one agree, this one is 3 million. You are not too keen, for example, so you just mark up a bit higher. Alright, so let's say you mark up 10%. Okay. Subcontracting, you think that 85, for example. Load, front loading, for example. 2. Million. Just now was 3 over million. So this 1 over million, maybe you're not interested, so no bid. Okay. Another one, 3 over million, quite low, but you don't mind, put in some bid, maybe 10%. Right. Let's say 11%. So you have already put in all your bid. Alright, so now is a time for you to, if you are happy with your arrangement, everything, so you can just run the simulation. Okay? Run the simulation. If you run the simulation, if you forget to do something, then they will still ask you to decide. Right? For example, I never do any salary adjustment. Right? So they may still ask me later. Okay. Otherwise, there is also another decision template to help me. You can use this template to key in whatever decision that you make. Okay, it's important to record what decision you make. Okay. There's an Excel sheet here. Let me see. Excel sheet here. Yes. Open up. So here is to help you to record what you bid just now, remember? So I bid, what is the percentage I put there, right? What is the changes, right? This template just help you to record, right? And then whether I did any salary adjustment. Let's say I never adjust. Change in job design, I have already changed some job design. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can intensify. So once we are able to do it, then you just run the simulation, right? So here, when you run the simulation, he will ask you whether, or need to be, you have to decide whether redistribution, the responsibility, responded yes. The number of staff, all this allocation table before proceeding. Okay. So so annual salary review is due. So I haven't done any salary review, so I have to go back. So they won't let me run. They say that I must do annual salary review. Okay, compare salary, change maybe they have been made to the rotation table or need to be made to the rotation table. So all these are happening. So they will not let me proceed until I change, I do a review. Okay, so let me do a review. Salary review. Salary review. Okay, so I have to do a salary review. Each one of them I have to review whether to change or not change. Right? Okay. So this one salary review. Right? So whether to review or not. Right? Okay. So you have to adjust your salary. Okay. Let's see what other way to do it. Okay, salary review, you have to go in to review each one of them. But of course, in order for you to give the review, you have to check his performance. Okay? Or you may even compare salary, right? Compare salary. Their salary, for example, this 105, 1106 is quite okay. Of course, there are some room for improvement. Michael is earning quite high. Estimator, all this, right? Okay. So the annual salary review is
这个真的有点像，
okay.
这个真的有点像舞蹈。
So before
然后
you
我一定点那个，你就看到你这个头像。
decide, of course, you have to look at their performance. Okay, see whether they are good performance or not. So that one, we have to look at the record. Okay.
真的有点像舞蹈。
Yeah, you can actually change the marketing intensity, right? If let's say the estimator can do some marketing, you can increase the intensity. Okay, what else? Do you want to increase the salary? Okay, so you will need to look at his past performance, all right, by looking at the documents. Okay, there is a document. Where's the document? About last quarter, the report. All right. Let me see. It is here. Briefing. Right. So under this briefing document, they did mention what is the performance of each of them. Okay, if we go there, here, right? So of course, this one is to tell you whether the project is delayed or not. Okay, there's also another one to tell you whether they are performing well or not. So let's and then see whether they deserve to get the salary adjustment. Okay, let me see. Financial report.
你可以把它像它那样，就把它固定一下。